My name is Tomoaki Nagaoka from National Institute of Information and Communications Technology, Japan. The title of my presentation is Morphing and Posing Technology in Computational Human Phantom. As you know, the progress of wireless communication technology, the range of use of wireless communication equipment has diversified, and the electromagnetic environment surrounding us has changed considerably. In order to evaluate EMF safety, we have developed some computational human models on the basis of MRI data from health volunteers of Japanese, like these images. These models are voxel-based models, and voxel size is 2 mm cubes. And these models have segmented into over 50 different tissue types. And also, the body types of these models agree with the average Japanese. I have developed this model for electromagnetic fields dosimetry. My model can also be used for numerical dosimetry of ionizing radiation. The FDTD method has used for numerical dosimetry calculation need to divide the calculation models into cubical cells for calculation. Therefore, the voxel model is easy to use for the FDTD calculation. My models are powerful tools for EMF dosimetry, but the models are those simulating uprighting position. So, numerical simulations of actual situation like these images for great limited. So, I developed a volume morphing technique I named volume refilling for voxel-based computational human models in order to enlarge the application range of the models. So, what is volume refilling? It is a method to reconstruct an inner anatomical structure. I can reconstruct the anatomical structure based on the source models by this method. Volume refilling is a mapping technique from the volume to volume. It is similar to three-dimensional texture mapping. We have borrowed an idea from curvilinear grid generation techniques, which is often referred as boundary fitted method. Here, I talk about the important method, volume refilling, in this step. As shown in the left figure, we can obtain the deformed body surface mesh, fitted body surface mesh of the in step 1. And the mesh vertex of deformed body surface mesh has the corresponding voxel coordinate ijk in the source volume. Therefore, as shown middle figure, we convert the mesh to binary volume by voxelizing. And a homogeneous voxel model is constructed because the voxel on the boundary of the model come from the surface point to mesh. We can interpolate voxel coordinate for all the boundary voxels. And then, as shown in the right figure, a source voxel coordinate for the internal voxels ijk are calculated by using solution the Dirichlet boundary problem on the basis of voxel coordinate on the boundaries. Finally, we mapped the source volume by sampling the source volume data. I'd like to show the validity of reconstruction by volume refilling. Here, I measured the surface of Japanese male model and reconstructed the voxel model by volume refilling. As a result, internal structure of reconstructed model is consistent completely with that of the original model. So, reconstruction accuracy of the voxel model by volume refilling is good. So I will explain about the pose deformation method by volume refilling. First, polygon mesh data of the body surface are generated based on body surface contour of the voxel-based model. At the time, the voxel coordinate of the voxel-based model is associated to the vertex of the polygonal mesh as its texture coordinate. Next, posture of the source mesh model are transformed by using a skeleton animation in commercial 3D CG software. And then, the transformed mesh model is voxelized to get the binary volume data set. And the coordinate at the point of interior of binary volume is calculated by solving the Dirichlet boundary problem using the texture coordinate associated to the boundary voxel. Finally, voxel coordinate in source volume is mapped to transformed voxel model. So, this method does not care about the internal structure for deforming the model's pose and only carefully deforms the shape of the body surface of the model. This is a seated model generated by volume refilling. As you can see, these seated models are smoothly deformed while maintaining the continuity of internal tissues. And also, posture control of the model is used animation rig of three-dimensional CG software. Therefore, posture deformation using external tool is possible. And it is possible to change the posture by data from expensive capture device and the Kinect like these images. Here shows another images of seated female model. Operating time for skeleton animation setting by hand was about 4 hours for this female model. And calculation time required for reconstructing by the volume refilling was within 5 minutes. So, my proposed posture transformation method can easily and quickly transform the posture of voxel-based computational model. And we compared the body weight and mass of tissues between seated model and original standing model. So we found the method also enables smooth posture transformation while maintaining the continuity and masses of the model's internal tissues. Let's move on to another topic. Physical features such as height, weight, body type, and body fat percentage vary between individuals, even when individuals are of the same age. Moreover, these features vary with age, race, and gender. And study on validity of numerical dosimetry with physical feature of the human body is one of several important issues of EMF dosimetry. We can personalize computational models from the existing model applied the volume refilling. This slide here shows the workflow of the personalized computational model. First, the body region were extracted from the medical imaging data by basic imaging processing, and body surface meshes for the source, that is existing anatomical model, and the target data are generated. Next, about 100 landmarks are placed for each mesh like these images. And then, using these landmarks, the surface mesh of source model is deformed to fit the body surface of target data. Then, volume refilling performed on the body surface mesh of the deformed source. By this processing, we can generate voxel models containing the internal structure. But maybe the internal structure is not matched to the target data, so target data is segmented into main parts. The personalized models are developed by morphing the internal structure of the deformed source models by non-rigid registration with reference to the simplified segmented region of target. In order to confirm the validity of the method, we created a deformed model that approximates the male model to the female model. As you can see, the internal structure of the morphed model is close to that of the target model. This figure shows the ratio of voxels in main tissue muscle part to total voxel in the models. As you can see, the ratio of tissue construct is different between source model and target model. The ratio of tissue construct of morphed model agree well with that of the target model. And we obtained MRI data with different body types and applied our method to the MRI data. We confirmed the models representing anatomical characteristics of different body types can be developed, and the developing time per model was a few days. Next, I introduced the model of infant and children, 1, 5, and 10-year-old, representing ICRP reference anatomical data. These models were used to validate the reference level of international EMF safety guidelines, performed a global standard model of children. It is impossible to obtain the medical imaging data suitable for ICRP reference anatomical data from real children. So we developed the ICRP models by morphing the existing MRI-based child model shown here. The table shows the base data of body surface and internal body for developing ICRP child models. We generated the ICRP model by using volume refilling and scale body types and by adjusting internal tissues. This is a developed child model. Voxel size of this model is 1 millimeter. not 2 mm, because the models of 1 mm resolution is better than the models of 2 mm for adjusting the tissue masses. As you can see, height and weight of ICRP model are close to ICRP reference data from the table, and masses of main tissues of ICRP models are suitable for ICRP anatomical data. We are able to develop these models in a few days. This is conclusions in my presentation. I indicated that some voxel-based computational models for EMF dosimetry can be developed by volume refilling. The volume refilling is a very simple algorithm. It can be used for various problems. It is possible to generate various models quickly and easily by using volume refilling. Although not shown in this presentation, volume refilling can also be applied to polygon mesh data and FEM mesh data. Please let me promote model and software at the end. NICT has been distributing free the charge NICT model database and software to research institutions such as universities in both Japan and overseas, on condition that they be used for non-commercial or research purpose only. The software can be visualized, transformed, meshed, and smoothed of voxel model. Also, it is possible to handle any voxel model except pose 2. For detail, please visit the following website. Thank you for your kind attention.